Now let's create a Makefile for Make Utility multi-file project. Makefile. So our ultimate goal is a.out, of course a.exe if you are using Windows now, person.o separately compiled, bankaccount.o, and then main.o will be separately compiled. Then we can put together those separately compiled ones. For person.o, I need to compile person.cpp, but if you take a look person.cpp, it includes person.h, so dependency, and then compile only with the debug symbol person.cpp. Then bankaccount.o, I need to compile bankaccount.cpp, which includes bankaccount.h. And bankaccount.h, we use owner of a person type. So if a person class definition gets changed, we need to recompile bank account class as well, because this structures gets updated. So here person.h is a dependent factor, compile only with a debug symbol bankaccount.cpp. Finally, main.o, I need to compile main.cpp for sure, and then main.cpp include bankaccount.h. So in main.cpp, I use bankaccount.h to create the bank account object. So compile with only with the debug symbol main.cpp. So that's Makefile definitions. Now let's compile the program. Make. Then we have error message. So whenever you encounter error message, make sure that you identify the first one to fix it first. So first one is this one. A little bit difficult to understand, but let's take a look at bank account colon bank account. So which means a constructor, and then inside the parenthesis is referring to the parameter. So parameter is quite long, but if you take a careful attention, std basic string, and then you have open angle bracket, continues, opens, close. So that's not matching for this open yet, and then open close. Here is the matching one. So this closing one, and here is the opening one. So which means from here to here is one parameter, and then second parameter is int. This is a little bit complex to understand what it is. It's actually string type. In C++, string type is a library class definition. That's why it has this kind of long information there. So basically, what you can understand is that in bank account, we had three constructors: the default one, double only, string, and the int. So this is something referring to third constructor, string and int, and it says that it's referenced from main function, but there's no such found. So in main function, this one means that bank account constructor which takes a string and int was being used, but such definition is not found. So let's go to bank account.h. Here's there, and then implementation bank account.cpp. Oh, I forgot to give a definition implementation of the remaining two constructors, one with a double, another with a string and int. That's why we have a compile error. So let's give a bank account which takes one double value, which is a balancer. So initializer list balance becomes B, and then ID becomes -1, and then owner, let's give similarly no name with the age -1, and that's the definition of a second constructor. And then third one, which takes string, name of the owner, age of the owner is provided. Then initializer list ID It's not given, so let's give a -1. Balance is not given, let's give it 0. And then owner, we have name and age provided, so we can call constructor person class constructor, which takes two parameters, a string and then integer, then corresponding person object will be created and that will be assigned into owner member of a bank account. So let's compile it again. Compiles okay, all runs fine. Now let's take a look at how this works. So let's set a breakpoint here, go to the debug mode and start debugging. Program stops there, so b1 is not created yet in this local variable part. b1, b2, b3, id, balance, those are meaningless at this moment. Step over, b1 is created, so id -1, balance 0 is there, owner is no name and age -1, that's a default one. And second one, b2, let's do step into to get into the constructor of the bank account. Step into, so the corresponding one is called step over, and then step over. b2 is initialized with a -1, balance 1000 as is provided, owner is no name -1. And third one, step into, here when I do step into, first string class definition we jump into, which is from the library, so we have no idea what it means, so step out of that, then step into again, then bank account constructors. We stepped into string first and step out of that and then stepped into bank account there. So those are ones are going to be used. And then if I do step into again, person class, so I'm from bank account, cpp here, this part, this part, the third one, this part is calling a person class constructor which takes those two is there. So person.cpp, so we are inside this part. Step over, bank account again, so this owner member initialization is done. Step over, bank account is done. Step over, and then finally down here, step over, b3 is completed, so balance, and but owner is Mary, 19 is set. So we have verified the functionality from the constructors.